Okay, so we are recording, and I'm here with Mr. Sidney Moore. Hey there, Mr. Sidney. How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. Doing good.
Hey, man. Thank you for
Yeah,
being here. How's
yeah.
everything? How's your day?
Oh, day's been good. Just been catching up on some stuff, making some business phone calls with music and everything. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
see you called Samario. You like the name Samario?
yeah. That's my real name, but I go about like my artist name is Sidney Moore. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Mr. Sidney. So tell me, man, how did you start in music? Or like,
Well,
huh?
yeah. My music journey started when I was about like 7 or 8. So my grandmother was a vocalist. She sung in choirs and stuff like that. She did other things, and my dad played guitar, and my mom, she was also a vocalist. So I grew up in a musical family. Since I was a kid, they always played James Brown, Gladys Knight, Luther Vandross, and all that. And I got involved with music at around 7 or 8, and so
Okay.
I joined, choirs and stuff like that as a kid. So like, I'm very different from the average musician, because I lived, a life of music. I grew up around it and stuff like that. Most artists, they get into it or they decide to get into a band or something like that, and they just start. But, it's just been, my life. I'm saying, from like family stuff to like choirs and everything. I started so young, about 7 or 8. I traveled really young. I did performances really young. And so that's how I got involved in stuff like that.
Right, right. So you pretty much started like all your life. You've been doing
Yeah,
making music
as a
all your
yeah,
life.
as a kid, I
Uh-huh.
saw a lot of stuff like recorded people do recordings, and I saw a lot of people do. Saw a lot of band stuff and how that makes sense, how people record that type of thing, and I seen the life musicians outside of that. You know,
Okay, okay. I bet you have a lot of stories to tell.
yeah, bro, it's a lot of fun, man. Like, especially if you enjoy music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you enjoy it and then you see all that stuff, it makes it so real. The experience and stuff. I kind of relate, my life. I'm not, I kind of relate my life to like a lot of these musicians who started like very, very young, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He started, doing music around 5 or something years old. His dad did music. He grew up in the atmosphere before he became the big star. His dad was a musician.
Yeah.
So like he grew up around that, so
That
yeah,
makes a
man.
whole lot of difference. Yeah.
Yeah, big difference, bro.
You're heavily
Yeah.
influenced by Michael Jackson?
Huh?
Are you heavily influenced by Michael Jackson?
Yeah, bro. Like, man, a lot, to be honest, bro, like so many musicians have been influenced by Michael, not
Oh,
just musicians, but
yeah.
sports athletes, everybody.
People.
It's just
People,
because,
right?
yeah, it's just because like, like I can relate to it, like growing up around the music, my whole life. And, and it's like, him as a performer is great, but like him as like a person who has done music and who not only did music, but the guy was writing music before he was 10. Like he had like tracks out like when he was this guy was like 10 years old doing music at that
Yeah, yeah.
level,
Uh-huh.
banging it at that level, man. And then like, most people don't hit that type of level until they're like, in their 20s. But this guy was like a superstar,
At five.
before he was 10,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I seen like a couple of days ago I saw a post saying there's levels to Michael Jackson because like
Yeah.
okay, so a little bit back in here, like I'm from Peru, right? I'm from Lima, Peru. This is in
Yeah.
South America, see, so it's not like we grew up with Michael Jackson, but still Michael
Yeah.
Jackson is global, it's a global icon, right? But you'd say Michael Jackson here, people's gonna say Thriller, Billie
Yeah.
Jean, Beat It, and that's
Yeah.
great stuff, right? But like you're saying, there's way lot more stuff before that, like,
Way more stuff before
right? Yeah.
that.
And with the Jackson 5, the Jacksons, the first record, Off the Wall. Off
Yeah.
the Wall is one of the greatest records too.
And then the guy was doing stuff before he was 10, like writing
Yeah.
music, doing all that studio.
Yeah.
It's insane. His life is insane, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me about your music career now. Are you active? What do you do? You got a band, you
Like
solo?
like me, I've been solo artist for over a year now. And it's like even though I've been doing music for a long time, it's so different when you're on the other side. Like not just a vocalist, but like you're doing the marketing. I do all my own
Oh
marketing,
yeah.
management. I
Yeah.
do all my producing. I do all that stuff. And
Yeah.
so even with all the experience I had, it feels brand new, you
Yeah.
know, because I'm getting how I feel out, like my music out, what's on the inside of me out versus, doing somebody else stuff or singing. It was all fun, but it's a whole different ball game when you become
Oh, okay.
like become like you when you're a musician at a different level of putting your own stuff out.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
feeling and different
What?
emotions like they go through your mind, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what do you mean like what do you used to do? What did you used to do before? Like produce other musicians?
No, not like before I did this, I was just like I was saying, like in the band groups and stuff like that.
Ah,
So
okay,
like I
okay,
was just a
okay.
vocalist.
Ah, okay. You
I
was in
go
a
in,
band.
drop. Yeah, I was in the band groups, and so I just dropped the song, and that was it. I left. You know what I'm saying? But like like I was saying, it's like a different experience. It goes
Right.
beyond just dropping some trash stuff like that. It's all fun, but it brings a more realization of what it means to be an artist. Like I see all these guys like Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, and all these guys, but I couldn't relate because I was just doing, singing somebody else's stuff or in a band. But like it hits home when you're, up at 12 o'clock at night, oh man, I got a hit, bro. I got a banger, bro. And then like it's so different levels. And then when you say you got a banger, you feel it on the inside.
Yeah.
And then when you drop the track, it just blows up. People love your stuff, comment about your music. Matter of fact, my biggest one of my songs I put out, like it's Memories of Love Past. And so like when I think when I finished developing the song, I felt this feeling like, man, this is gonna be a good song. And then looking back at other people like Michael and all these guys, they said, yeah. Mike would be like, man, yeah, I got this banger. And you hear all these other artists rapping, yeah, I got this banger. And then, it's the realization, okay, that's my life now. I'm a full blown artist. I'm putting out these songs that people like. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a totally different. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Someone's wrong. Oh, turn the volume down. Okay. Yeah, I was saying it's totally different game than like playing for a band. Like you're saying that you were first just a vocalist, right? And now you're putting yourself out there as an artist, like a solo artist. You're producing your
Yeah,
music, you're
yeah.
like marketing and all. Like where are you from?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And where do you live right now?
In Charlotte, and I live more of like that. Look, there are people that live on the outskirts of like the city, but I live walking distance from downtown Charlotte.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
yes,
How's that? Charlotte, North Carolina, yeah?
yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm from Peru. I don't know that much of the states, but is that like a big city?
Well, it's becoming more of a hot spot now
Mm-hmm.
because as everybody know, like New York, California, DC are the most popular places. Like Seattle, like
Mm-hmm.
New York. If you mention New York or California to anybody, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know New York, I know
Yeah,
California,
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
But places like
North
like
Carolina.
North Carolina, more of the like not as popular
Yeah.
place, but it's kind of getting there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
So
interstates,
yeah,
but like inside of those states, you always have like a big city where you can go,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And Charlotte is the big our big city. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even though Raleigh's the capital,
Okay.
Charlotte gets a lot more attention than anything, because people from all over the world come here. from like people move here from to do like banking, musicians live here, like sports athletes, all kind of people. Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty nice. So you tell me about like right now you're most focused on producing your new song and putting it out there. Do you have anything out on YouTube that I can see?
Yeah, I got stuff on Spotify, like if you look at my name Sidney Moore, I got a lot of songs on Spotify. I have like
Uh,
I do like if you look at me on Spotify,
you're not on YouTube?
yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. I'm on all the major platforms. It's all
Right.
because of the
Yeah, I see the
there's
big.
different
Uh-huh.
yeah, if you look up Sidney Moore, and if you look up Mansfield, is one of my I do a little bit of rap too. Cause so you
Uh-huh.
probably have to type that in. So like
Yes. Can you type it in the chat room so I can like copy it?
okay. All right. Let me see. Type.
Sidney Moore rap, yeah.
Yeah, if you put in like Sidney Moore, and then if you put in and if you type in Man of Steel, it should come right up. Yeah.
And a steel, yes.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see if it's okay if I play it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Invincible, I
You
am.
hear it?
Yeah,
I
I get it.
stand
Pretty deep.
invincible.
Yeah.
Between. I'm just a shooting star, flying over galaxies, waiting to land to put my stamp on this thing. Yeah, it's me, and only me. 'Cause I'm original, no copies. Yeah. Up above the sky, shooting stars fly. In the trenches, Superman's a made. No carbon copies. Lex Luthor's always in the background. Just waiting for the sniper. The strong survive. I dig deep and pull up my britches. Waiting for the next one, no fear in my heart. Be twin, play and win. Lion heart, invincible. Taking bullets, bouncing on my chest, yeah. Invincible, strong mind, strong heart. I'm unstoppable, like the juggernaut, yeah. Lion heart, yeah. Uh-huh.
That was the second song I actually released, man.
What's that?
That was like the second song I actually released. I think it was the second song I
This is the
released.
second song. Yeah, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all from like motivation and stuff, and basically from my life. Because I've gone through a lot of stuff. Just in these past like 4 years. Just I went through a lot of mental illness and battle and fighting, and I had
Uh,
lost a lot in my life. A girl I was dating, she decided to leave me because of mental illness and stuff. I lost a job, work. I basically, even homelessness I battled, and stuff like that. And
uh-huh.
like, life gives everybody tests and trials. Is how you handle your tests and trials. And I decided, not to, get on drugs, alcohol, not to blame other people, not to blame God, not to blame, everybody else. But I took it on my responsibility. I could have chose a different route. I could have said, hey, forget life or whatever. Some people choose suicide when they go through horrible stuff like that. I went from, just this guy who worked, had a normal life to like horrific, like mental illness to the point to where, I was kind of just like some people see those guys that talk to themselves, walk around, they just sleep under bridges. That was my life, and, I prayed, God healed me and stuff. But like, I took it on my part to take it like a man and say, hey, I'm in this situation. I'm gonna be Superman in this, bro. Forget about
Yes,
all
sir.
these different things and all the stuff that hurt me. I'm gonna, you know, pull up my bridges like the song said and be a man and face this and head on. And when you take things the right way, it builds a confidence like, hey, yeah, I went through something that most people would never go through. I'm like the 1 percentile. A lot of people go through things through job loss, family loss, but when you get hit hard like I did through your health, especially dealing with the mind to where you can't remember, a lot of times when I went through that, the effects of it is I'm better now, but like I can't remember, the 4 years of my life, you know, and it's hard for me to like even remember certain things, so like, when you go through that with the right attitude, with the right mindset, and you believe you're going to come out, you have a different confidence, when you see yourself, you say, hey, man, yeah, like, and it's a reality of like, man, I really went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only hear about this stuff on movies and TV
Mm.
and stuff, but now this actually hit me. And it's like, I believe that I was a strong person before that, but like after going through that, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a man of steel, bro. I got some serious kahunas, bro. When you can take, bro, when you can take that like that
There it
and,
is, man.
and have a good positive attitude,
Yes,
because
sir.
a lot of people go through stuff, but like it's how you
Mhm.
go through it and how you come out of it, you
Yeah,
know, to say,
that's
hey, yeah, okay, I got a real notch under my belt in life. You know what I'm saying? Through all the prayers and stuff. And even in that, like, even when you pray, you still have to face those still hardships in your life. You still have to go back home, or you still have to like,
yeah.
be around that stuff. It's those people who choose to keep going. You have to have a strong will as an individual, as a person, human being, for life. God helps us out and stuff like that, but you got to give him something to work with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To say, hey, you know, I'm gonna take whatever life throws at me. I'm gonna make, ice cream out of it or whatever and turn it around to good. So that's what that song was about, me facing a lot of things and being and the most relatable thing is Superman. Everybody knows Superman, he's the man of steel, but he also had issues, personal issues that could have like derailed him permanently. Like he would never been Superman if he wouldn't have went through those, personal trials, and then he got the stage to be Superman. You know, so he went through a lot of stuff growing up and a lot of things that people don't talk about. Like, growing up in the town and you can't do certain stuff because you can hurt somebody. You don't have like a normal life. So he went through that and he
Mhm.
he used all that to help other people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
Well, that's quite a story, man. I really appreciate it. And good for you, man. Good for you. And
yeah.
I hope, yeah, I mean, you know what it is. You're a believer, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I'm a believer too. And, just thank the Lord, man, that you made it
Yeah.
through. Some people don't make
Yeah.
it through. Some people
Yeah.
just don't make it through. And
And that's what I would tell myself,
yeah,
man. Like a lot of people don't make it through, man,
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Amen, Sydney. I have another guest here. You can stay so we can have like a
Yeah.
group conversation, but I'm gonna cut it here. So it's gonna be your block just for you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let him in now. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah. All right, man.